I'm sick of people trying to say they hide the Bible. They're trying to hide God from you, trying to lead you away from Jesus. No, they're not. We literally use it to describe time, BC and AD. You have to swear on a Bible in court. In a court of law, you have to swear on a Bible. Swear on God, you're telling the truth. It's in the Pledge of Allegiance. All politicians claim to believe in God. Presidents are always saying, oh, God bless you. We literally say God bless you when someone sneezes. They sell Bibles. There's more. What else is there? Like always, there's multiple different narratives that are being pushed at us from all different angles for specific agendas. But one of the main narratives that they're pushing right now is everyone hating Israel. And we're not saying that they're innocent in any way, Israel, but this is something that they want right now for the world and the U.S. to hate Israel. The world hates the U.S. and Israel, and people in the U.S. hate the U.S. and Israel. But this is the narrative that they're pushing right now. Why are they pushing this narrative right now?
Because it accumulates. All of these events have accumulated, and it eventually comes to the fruition of their master plan, which is to create this one world government, one world order, new world order. It's really not new. So there's the whole idea behind Israel, and the reason why they literally stole the homes of Palestinians is because they have always said that they were owed this land. This is God's land. It's written in the Bible. This is their land. And Christianity and Judaism and all of these things, we've talked about like how we feel about some of it before, but it plays into their plan. And the reason why it's so popular and why it's being pushed so hard right now, they want more Christians. They want everyone to destroy each other. They want the Christians in the U.S. So then you have division in the U.S. where it's like 99% of people with a brain and a heart can look at what Israel is doing and say that's horrible and disgusting and I hate them. And the die-hard Christians who do believe, okay, they're owed this land by God, and what they are doing is right because they're in God's land. Now we've created this huge divide, and they're going to die on that hill. And then you have the U.S. government who is paying for all of Israel's stuff. There's so many reasons to hate Israel. They've given us too many reasons. It's almost like
they're doing it on purpose.
It's like they've given us too many reasons. They're showing us them killing children. They're showing us that they've sent them. Well, that's what I mean. They've been annihilating children for 75 years on video. And not children. I mean, the adults matter too. It's families. It's bloodlines. It's entire lineages.
They don't have to show people
this
stuff.
Like, we didn't have to see it.
They're purposely making you aware of all of this stuff. Like, they don't have to show you Israel bombing kids and people,
kids blown to bits, and then their mothers crying over their bodies, and then a child crying for their parents that are dead.
They're intentionally showing you this stuff to promote the hate for Israel. And yes, they're not innocent, but they are promoting this narrative.
And it's like anything. If they didn't want us to see it, if they wanted us to love Israel, they would give us propaganda to love Israel.
Exactly.
They have only given us propaganda to hate Israel.
They control the media. They control the algorithms.
Wow. They give them billions of dollars of our money so that they can live a happier, healthier life with far more benefits in a country that should really mean absolutely nothing to us. And we're supposed to be on their side. Even though here's this platter of all the reasons why.
Yeah,
you should hate these people.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're going to go to war for them. We're going to do all their dirty work for them. And we're going to pay for the bombs that blow up families.
This is just another reason for them to...
So why do they want you to hate Israel? They want you to hate Israel. The people who run Israel and the people who run the United States are the same people. first of all. The fake Israelites, fake Jews, Zionists, go hand in hand with all of these like secret society things. Like it was a faction, a secret society made up by the royal bloodlines, by the black nobility, by the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. Zionists were made up and created Israel. Here we are. So they want you to hate Israel because for the same reasons why they want you to hate Christians, why they want Christians to hate atheists. It's hard to explain in words because it's such an accumulation of all of these things. And I feel like in my mind, it's like a puzzle. Like it makes so much sense. It's just so hard to explain because it's all the same. They're all the same. So it doesn't matter, like you don't have to hate, oh, well, I should hate them or I should hate this person. No, that's all the same, first of all. And second of all, they want you to be mad and they just want everyone to want to kill the other side of whatever side they're on. So that we can eventually get to a point. Like Netanyahu does not care if Iran blows Israel out of the water. He doesn't care. Israel doesn't mean anything to him. It doesn't. And just like Trump doesn't care. Didn't he literally say it today? That like people die in war?
Yeah, it's to cause division and hatred, but it's more than that. Its main purpose is leading up to the one world religion.
Yeah,
the new
and
world order.
it's so that everyone just destroy. Like that's really it. You want to hate Israel. Israel hates Americans because Americans hate Israel. And then okay, so now we all destroy each other. And then what are you left with? People who hate Israel. Whoever's left from there. Atheists, people who hate Israel, and then like the rest of the Israelites and Zionists and like Christians. And then what? The part of World War III is Zionists, political Zionists, versus the Middle East in general. That it has always been part of the plan, and you can look at it from a perspective, whether it's for oil or for land, what have you. None of that matters. None of that ever mattered. We have all the oil. No one needs oil. No one needs money. No one needs land. No one needs anything. That's never what war has ever been about.
Well,
resources.
They're saying that this war is to
no, and it's not about nuclear weapons.
Break apart Iran's nuclear program.
It's not about nuclear weapons
either. Yeah, it's not about that. We don't even think nukes really exist.
It's not. There's no proof of it. That's like being like bringing a SWAT team to a guy's house because you think he might have a gun. It's so hard to explain. Because all it boils down to is just that they want this mass violence, this like bloody death to the world. And then whoever's left, whatever desperate, pathetic lump of human that is left, is going to worship whatever they put in front of them. Because they're going to be so... It's more than desperate. It's more than hopeless. It's more than helpless.
Yeah, like
it's something that there's not a word for yet.
We're already in World War III, and that's not because a war with Iran just started. That's not what World War III is. World War III is a war of information overload and psychological desensitization and just getting everyone to a point where they're so exhausted and like mentally exhausted that you just don't care anymore. And that's when something big is going to happen, and it's either going to be an actual civil war that happens or some type of government takeover where there's mass casualties and a lot of people die. That's why they're trying so hard to turn everyone towards Christianity right now, because they want Christians. They want to kill atheists and non-believers, because all the people that they want left, they want as Christians and people who will potentially accept and follow, believe whatever figure that they show them as some sort of savior. And that's basically what the New World Order, the one world religion is. And this, everything that we're seeing right now is all preparation for it.
And I think
that's why you don't know what's real right now. You don't even care if it's real. Like it's information overload, and it's a psychological civil war currently.
I think there's like, because you could ask, so what? But then what? Like, what's the point after this? And it would be to start over, right?
Yeah, it's for a reset.
But that's what I think is like. And I think I've talked about this before, that when they do these things, these are the great resets. And they bury their tracks with floods or fires, ice ages, like whatever. They bury their tracks. And
this is going to be a technological flood.
And they start over with whatever they want. Like, who knows? Maybe... Okay, so now their new thing is going to be Luciferianism or Satanism or whatever. But maybe that was their Christianity. Because if you read Gnostic texts and you go actually into theology and ecology and like you really dive into it, Christianity is not what it started as. It is nothing. Like you really just have to do your research, because it's that's the main problem with Christians, though, is they're not willing to accept other possibilities, and they're not willing to accept the possibility of them being wrong, because they have faith and that nothing else matters to them. Well, and I don't know,
that's a problem, though. If you can't be persuaded otherwise.
My thing is like, I accept any religion. I love you anyway. I don't think less of you as a human being. I think you're deserving of the same thing that I am, no matter what you believe in. But I should be allowed, I think that every religion should be given the same amount of respect. Like, I really like Gnosticism. I think
except until common sense can prove otherwise.
Well, no, I don't mean that. I'm saying...
I respect you, whatever your belief is, but if common sense and critical thinking can easily prove you wrong, and you're still unable to change your mind, like you're just not even open to the possibility of you being wrong, that's a problem. That's a problem, and it's why you're stuck. And you're assuming that you're not stuck because, I believe in God, I know everything that's going to happen to me. Then you don't, though. There has to be some level of discernment that kicks in when common sense is presented to you. But it's just like not. And it's been bothering me online, because half the time it's bots anyway, just like with the Jesus overload, just like talking up Jesus and how he's coming back, he's going to save everyone. If he was to come back, it would have already happened by now. I don't know what you're waiting for.
I think too, like, people miss the point of, this isn't how it was supposed to be. And you could take any situation and relate it back to a verse in the Bible, Revelation, or whatever. You could take anything and manipulate it and make it what fit. You want.
Yeah.
You could take anything in the world and
there's
do that.
Some quote in the Bible that will like somehow relate to that.
The point is, it doesn't matter if God is real. It doesn't matter if Buddha is real. It doesn't matter if Satan is real. It doesn't matter. The fact that most of our population believes that someone is going to come and save them is the downfall of humanity.
It really is.
That is the downfall of humanity. I don't care if he is real.
The Bible, it creates submissiveness and obedience.
That's the downfall, is believing that someone is going to come. And they're not. Even if they are real, They're still not. Really, based on what I understand, is that he is within everybody. Like, you're supposed to have him, his love is in you. You're made of his love. He made you. So why don't we think a little bit deeper about he's coming back. Jesus is he's coming to save us all. Like, why doesn't that mean, like, maybe you find that within yourself? And, like, okay, so we can warp anything that happens in real life and make it relate to the Bible. But then take everything from the Bible and it's super literal. It has to go both ways. It can't just be like, okay, I'm going to take whatever I want and relate it to what I want. And then I'm going to take this super sweet answer that someone is going to come and save us all. And there's nothing I can do is wrong as long as I repent. And all of these super perfect rules. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, it's a psyop. I don't care what anyone says. That's my final answer. Psyop. It was what was used as after the last reset. Just like they're gonna present a savior for this new reset for everyone to follow. That was the last. Why do you think people used to be so much more into God and religious back in the day, that you hear about, like whole families going to church and stuff, and religion was just the thing, and then over time it slowly, like, people veered off track, and that's because,
you know what's funny,
people got more intelligent and they started to realize that it was a psyop, and they're about, that's why there's about to be another reset, because we're so far off the track now, and they want to get everyone back onto the obedient side of the track.
They probably have it down like clockwork.
It's there's no question.
I think it's, like, a game, and I don't mean like.
And and everyone always tells me, like, oh, you just need to look into God and read the Bible, and then you'll finally wake up and understand. That's not the problem. We've looked into everything. And
so
it's you that hasn't looked into anything else.
Whether you believe in God, whether you don't believe in God, or whether you're on the edge, read Not in His Image by John Lamb Lash.
They're not going to read it. They're just going to go and to steal a Bible quote and try and use it against us. Listen, so the existence of evil does not prove the existence of God. You understand that that's just an assumption based off of the concept of opposites, something that we created. Like, good and evil is just a human construct. There really is no such thing as good and evil. It's how we perceive certain events and situations and people, or that's how that works. And then, like water doesn't prove the existence of fire.
Wait, we should tell them how in sync we are. Remember when you were saying that? Like, not everything has an opposite. And then before, and in my mind, like in my head, I thought orange. Don't know why. And then
like, what's the opposite of orange?
And then he's like, not everything has an opposite. 'Cause we were like having a conversation. He was doing one of his rants. And he said, not everything has an opposite. And in my mind, I just orange. And then he was like, what's the opposite of orange?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what the opposite of orange is.
There is no opposite of orange. Like, there's opposites like black and white, up and down. Yes, those are opposites, but it's still a construct that we created. When it comes to
good and bad are both constructs.
Yeah, and
all of it.
Like I said, the existence of something good doesn't prove the existence of something evil, and vice versa. It's just where your mind goes. It doesn't prove. People are so excited. They're like, oh, there's all this evil in the world and demonic shit and like symbolism or whatever. Like, that God must be real. Do you understand how brain dead of an assumption that is? That's crazy to think that, like to firmly believe that solely, that alone proves the existence of God. Are you out of your mind? Like, this is one of the reasons why I think they put so much demonic symbolism and reveal so much evil to us, to make you believe,
further people's
belief in Christianity and a God. It's just it's all for the agenda.
And it is.
Anything for the agenda.
It is, because it's like, so Elon Musk will show up with like this like blatantly demonic like
The armor.
outfit on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it really does though, because in your mind, and it's also this like ideal, we idolize these people. They've manipulated us to idolize them. So it's like, well, what if whatever your favorite celebrity thinks, or whatever your favorite politician thinks, or like, and so when you have someone like Elon Musk, we're so manipulated and they're so powerful. So if someone like Elon Musk worships an evil deity, then that means they know that the devil is real. So that means I know that God is real, because he knows the devil is real. So now I know the devil is real. So that means that God is real.
That doesn't mean that. The existence, like, evil may very well exist. It might, because it seems like they do worship some sort of evil. But that doesn't mean it's the devil himself.
But it's just a word. And I get it. It's like, it's they're doing horrible things, but these are all just words. Like, they in the grand scheme of things, if you zoom way out, these are horrible things. But this is, like, it's all constructs. It's like time is a construct. You can't really think about it. It's like a dog isn't bad because he barks a lot. He's just a dog. He's just being a dog. A dog isn't good because he's really good at fetch. He's just a dog. He's not a good dog or a bad dog.
Yeah.
He's just a dog.
So
it's like a human is capable of being really horrible or really great, but you're just a human.
I see.
If that makes sense.
I see that. I see these comments all the time where, like, oh, well, how do you not believe in God when, like, you're talking about all this evil stuff going on in human sacrifice and all this, like, demonic stuff? How do you talk about that but not believe in God? Because it doesn't prove God. Like if somebody does something bad, how is that proof of God? That doesn't make any sense. You have to understand that. Like, just like if there's water, that just means water exists. That doesn't then 100% mean that the opposite of water exists.
Well, that's also that's a good example of like when they find a planet that may have water on it. It's like, oh, well, that automatically means life. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, that's
water
just how,
here means life.
Yeah, that's just how it works.
Water
here.
there probably doesn't mean life. It's just, you're just taking what you know, your perception, your experience, and projecting it onto this other planet and assuming, okay, well, we have water.
That's what your mind does. It always is attempting to predict things or make assumptions that just aren't really true. That's just where your mind goes, to think about opposites and assumptions and pattern recognition. That's what your mind does.
And it's not your fault.
Yeah, it's natural to think that way.
It's not your fault. It's literally your brain is wired to recognize patterns.
And this is an example I like just because there's a floor, there doesn't have to be a ceiling. It's the same concept of what you're saying with good and evil. Oh, there's a floor, so there must be a ceiling. No. What if you're standing outside on your back deck? There's no ceiling above you, yet there's a floor. What if you're standing in an unfinished house where it's still being framed and the flooring's in, but you haven't put the roof on yet and there's no ceiling? It's quite literally the same thing. So no, stop saying that the existence of evil is proving God, because it's really just not.
Or even what's...
And like we said, you have to keep an open mind to the possibility of being wrong. And our mind is completely open. We've been open to God. We were both raised like that way.
Yeah. And we've been through plenty of things that should have opened us to God.
Yeah, but it just didn't. This isn't even what we were going to talk about in this video, but this stuff has been really bothering us lately. don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. If it's just the way people are talking online lately, or if it's the constant push of Christianity right now. Like that's one of the main narratives.
The thing that's bothering me right now is it's this confidence that everything's gonna be okay. That's bothering me. I want everything to be okay.
Yeah,
we have 2 babies. Like,
yeah.
I want so badly for everything to be okay, but it's not going to be okay if everyone just sits there and thinks it'll be okay. It's gonna be fine.
If you're just under the impression that someone is going to come save us, then you're not going to do anything about it. Why do you think that part is written in the Bible? Because they know that you're just going to, we'll just wait around for this guy to come and save us. We won't do anything because we don't have to.
That's why they've been shoving evil down your throat, so that they could get as many people. And that's that other thing where, like, they blame the, like, divorce rates. We need to bring the nuclear family back, and, like, we need Christian families, and we need to start teaching religion in schools again, and we need to start bring the Bible into schools, because that's why the world is falling apart. No, it's falling apart because we're broke, sad, lonely, anxious, tired. The divorce rates are high because you've exhausted us. We're all broke. No one can enjoy themselves. We're depressed. You're shoving social media down our throats, poison in our mouths, like
poisoning the skies,
creating addicts
everywhere. But you're under the impression that everything is okay and gonna be okay because you have God. That's exactly how they want you to think. Like, they want you to think that everything is fine because you found God and you think Jesus is coming back. The Bible creates submissiveness and obedience. It makes you wait around for something that's not going to happen. And they know that. That's why they created it. Everyone's like, oh, well, everything is coming to fruition. Everything that's happened in the Bible. Yeah,
it's a playbook.
It's literally their playbook. AI created it years and years ago, and they're just, it's everything is happening the way it was laid out to happen.
How many times the Euphrates River has, like, almost dried up, or, like, has been drying up, or, like, dried up, and then
it's just getting to the point where it's crazy. Like, people that follow me on TikTok and agree with every single thing that I say, they always comment, oh, I agree, I love this video, until I mention my thoughts about God and the Bible, and then they're like, oh, like, I pretty much agree with everything you say on, except, no, you're wrong about this, Jesus is definitely coming back. It's like, okay.
I personally...
It's getting really annoying.
I have a lot
honestly.
more...
I'm, like, losing respect for Christians, if I'm being completely honest.
I have a lot more grace and a lot more, like... I don't know what the word is for it, but just, like it's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad at you.
I kind of am. I'm getting mad about it.
But all I am mad about is the lack of openness. Like, can you just think about it? Can we just, like, you won't even think about it? If there is a God, and he loves you, and he's going to save you, and he created you in his light, and if you question him, he's going to get mad at you.
And you're going to go to hell for eternity?
There's a problem there, no?
Do you know how long eternity is?
That's a problem.
So an all-knowing and all-loving, all-seeing, whatever, God created you in his image, or he created, all right, let's put it this way. He created Adam and Eve, right? An all-knowing, all-powerful God created Adam and Eve, and there was the apple on the tree of knowledge, or whatever it was. And then, so he created this setting for them to go to. He's all-powerful and all-knowing. He must have known that they would eat the forbidden fruit, right? He was all-knowing, right? So he knew that was going to happen. and yet they ate the apple, and then that was their first sin, right? So that was the reason why there's sin in the world, right? Because he gave us free will, and they had the free will to eat the forbidden fruit when they weren't supposed to. But if God's all knowing, all loving, all seeing, then he knew that was going to happen. It wasn't humans that brought sin into the world. It technically would have been God. God created everything in by your definition.
It's kind of like,
I don't know if I explained that right, but
you did. It's just my point is just that if someone unconditionally loves you, like imagine your mother. That is the only unconditional love. And maybe it is conditional because there are heinous things that our sons could do that would make me like, because it isn't conditional. It's unconditional because I would still love them. You're just not accepted into my home. But a mother's love is unconditional. So that is like looking at your mother and questioning her love for you, her beliefs, her rules, just questioning her. And then her being like, get out of my house. I don't love you anymore. You mean nothing to me. That is in my mind the equivalent to you saying, well, I can't question God because I put my full faith in him. I can't question him.
Why would he give us, he gave us free will, to make your own decisions?
If he is real, he wants you to question him.
Yeah.
He wants you to exhaust all your other options. Why is it that... Here's another thing. If
he's real, he's not the good guy.
I'm sorry. Here's another thing. If there's a person in your life that randomly out of nowhere at 40 years old, 30, 40 years old, becomes die hard into God. They did something wrong. All addicts turn to God. Inmates turn to God. A lot of people that do things that aren't so great, and I get needing somewhere to land on after going through something, or needing comfort, needing something to believe in, brings us back home to our point of they're going to strip everything away from you, your humanity, your dignity, your sanity, your innocence, show you nothing but violence, kill everything you love, destroy everything that you thought you knew, and then present you with something to believe in, and you're going to take the bait. That's it.
That really is it. There's so much suffering and hate in the world, and they're saying, oh no, that's not God's fault. That's because he gave us the free will to sin. Okay. That's so dumb. I honestly don't care.
It's definitely here's what I don't understand too is so if I go out and murder 10 innocent people, the whole time I believe in God, I have faith in God, I go to church, I did this on a Saturday, I go to church on a Friday, I repent my sins, I go to confession.
Ask for forgiveness.
Do
your 10 Hail Marys.
Do I get to go to heaven?
Yeah, because all you have, it doesn't matter what you could possibly do, as long as you accept God.
But if I don't,
for forgiveness.
But if I don't believe in God, even though I am one of his children, and he loves me no matter what, but because I don't believe in him, I go to hell and burn for eternity.
I can already see the comments getting left on this video.
I can murder.
Angry Christians.
I can go to a school and murder children and go to fucking church on Sunday and repent my sins. But if I don't follow God because I'm not quite sure whether he is real, I go to hell for eternity. I don't get saved with everybody else, even though I am loved like one of his own children. Because I am his creation.
He basically put us here just to see if we'll believe in him. And if you don't, then you go to hell. How is that love?
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
It's like you create this thing, this beautiful thing in this world, and then you put all these people here and then you just hide, and then you're like, let's see if they believe in us, but if they don't, we're gonna send them to hell. You realize how ridiculous it is when you really break it down? It doesn't matter what it says in the Bible, what you want it to say. It is a psyop. It doesn't matter which way you look at it from. You need to drop the act.
And it's not only that, but it's not just that. It's beyond the critical thinking. Do your research. Actually, please stop with there's no record of him. One, there's no record of him. The Bible doesn't count. Two, do your research. That is not the Bible. By research, I mean, how far back can you literally, Christianity came from somewhere. But before Christianity, there was other beliefs. And then all of a sudden, Judaism and Christianity, Judeo-Christianity, like a cult. It literally, and then they started killing people who followed Nazism, murdering them. And murdering anyone who didn't believe what they believed in. That is in historical records. So in the Bible.
You know what bothers me is the term atheist. They made it sound so negative sounding. It sounds like Satanist.
It's conspiracy theory.
Just it's they create these words to sound a specific way so that it gets.
They created Nazi, fascist.
Think about the word atheist.
Zionist.
Atheist sounds just like Satanist. You hear the word atheist and you're like, whoa, no, that guy likes the devil or something, or is a devil worshiper.
But Christian.
Because that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, and then Christian, that it's a nice sounding word. You understand that that's all a part of it. They want atheists to be looked at that way. And I'm sick of people trying to say they hide the Bible. They're trying to hide God from you. They're trying to lead you away from Jesus. No, they're not. No, they are not. We literally use it to describe time, BC and AD. You have to swear on a Bible in court. In a court of law, you have to swear on a Bible. Swear on God that you're telling the truth. It's in the Pledge of Allegiance, God. What else?
Everything, everywhere. I stopped standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All politicians claim to believe in God. The presidents are always saying, oh, God bless you. We literally say God bless you when someone sneezes. There's more. What else is there? They sell Bibles. They literally sell Bibles. They've always sold them. Charlie Kirk was one of the biggest speakers in the world. And he was a devout Christian and was always referring back to the Bible and talking about God. He's everywhere. He's not hidden from you in the slightest bit.
Yeah, he couldn't be
any more in your face. There's millions of bots online who are always talking about Jesus and how he's coming back. Literal bot. Why would there be bots online promoting God and Jesus? You understand that someone is creating these bots and giving them programming or programming them what to say?
Also,
to specific people.
If you are all wise and God loves everyone. This is his creation. And like you're all knowing and all like you're so good. You're such a good person. Why are you crucifying someone else for not? Like, wouldn't you? I don't know. Like, it's that, like, getting mad at someone or being like, I see it all the time on videos where someone will question it or, like, bring something into the conversation that questions God or brings up history or just straight up says, like, I'm not a Christian. Like, I don't believe. And I'm unfollowing. Like, I really loved you.
You know how many people unfollowed me?
I really loved you, and I really loved, like, everything that you said up until this point, but, like, sorry, like, I gotta unfollow you. It's like, no, if you love someone, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Like, what? Think about that. Think about that. It shouldn't. I'm trying to think of it. There is no other circumstance where that it's like disowning your best friend for having believing in Santa Claus when like you don't,
just for having a different opinion.
It doesn't,
because you understand that God isn't a fact. There's no facts behind it. No, this is what bothers me so much is like anytime someone's trying to prove something about God or Jesus or whatever, like they'll refer back to the Bible and be like, oh, well, if I refer back to the Bible in John passage 16:1, it says this. And it's like, okay, what's your point? You're reading a book that was created for you to...
Right, okay, then I'll refer back...
It's a psyop.
I'll refer back to my history book that talks about dinosaurs and, like, because that's a fact. My textbook.
Yeah, it's literally just a book, like, that was created a long time ago with a backstory of how it was created. Like, you understand that the only way that book could have been created was AI. Like people get more and more intelligent every generation. So the people generations ago, like, that would have created the Bible, you understand that these humans wouldn't have been that intelligent, right? Like, that fully makes sense, right? Like, however many thousands of years ago, I don't really know when it was created. I don't think anybody really does, actually.
I think it's like 5,000 years ago.
5,000 years ago. And you think those people were intelligent? Unless it was like a whole different civilization and era. And what, this Bible just happened to be the one bit of truth that just slipped past all...
Well, yeah, and that's another point I made is, like, remember in another video, it was like all these great resets, and somehow
this Bible happened to make it.
Has made it unchanged. Just like, nope, this is it.
No, even like Christians will admit, like, the New Testament, like, it's been changed, like, but like there's parts of it that are still true. And then like Christians will be like, oh, well, like, that if you go to those people that go to church, those aren't like real Christians. Those are just like Catholics or something. And then they're like, oh, well, there's a difference between a Catholic and a Christian. And like Christians who follow Jesus, those are the people who know the truth. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, and we saw a video.
I'm so tired of hearing it.
We saw a video the other day of a woman who was talking about like there's like 99% of Christians aren't real Christians. There's like 1% of Christians who are real Christians, and then there's like the people like atheists, like 99% of fake Christians are going to hell, and then like the 1% of real Christians are going to heaven, and then anyone who doesn't believe is going to heaven too, because they don't know any better, so they're going to go to heaven. But the fake Christians who didn't do a good enough job at believing in God are going to go to hell because they didn't do a good enough job believing in him.
This is crazy, honestly. This shouldn't even be a conversation.
Have you guys ever
you were not put here
have you guys
to
ever
worship
read
anything.
Have you guys
or
ever
anyone.
read The Giver? There's another book you should read. Read The Giver.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. I think they understand. our
So
point.
they want you to hate Israel because they want us to kill each other. They want everyone to kill each other.
No, and they're like getting me at that point where I can't stand it anymore. Like, you guys need to shut the hell up.
Practice like divination, spirituality.
And don't come into these comments
Meditate.
trying to debate anything.
No.
Because you're not debatable. Christians are not debatable.
No, but listen.
You understand that in order to have a debate,
you have to be willing to have a conversation.
You have to be willing to be open to the possibility of you being wrong.
But you're not.
That's rule number one in a debate. Otherwise, it's pointless. If you're not even open to that, to listening to what the other person has to say and actually taking in what they're saying and thinking about it.
There's nothing that I believe in that much that I wouldn't like. You know what I mean? Like, there's like, I will like whatever. Yeah, throw it at me. I'll read it. What historical thing do you have, or what fact are you presenting me with? Like, I'll consider it. But then you do it like it. There's no arguing. There's no, because what you know is a fact, even if it's not a fact to me. That's not a very fair, fight.
Only a fool thinks himself to be wise, but a wise man knows himself to be a fool.
I'm pretty stupid.
That was stupid?
I said I'm pretty stupid.
Okay. We're gonna wrap it up, I think. So you guys understand our viewpoints on Christianity and the whole Israel thing. It's all leading up to the New World Order. It's all a part of the narrative for the agenda. That's pretty much the gist of it. I know that was probably a tough one to get through for a lot of you, but either way, we appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to follow, and don't forget to follow on TikTok.